Hey guys, welcome to Bloggers United. Welcome to another video. And today, Real Madrid 2, Paris Saint-Germain 2. And this is gonna be another video, another match review. Not involving Barcelona, but you know, it was a clash of titans, a very important game. And I'm gonna be talking later why it was an important game. But overall, I want to see if the dynamic that Real Madrid have been playing at, the level of intensity that they've been playing at for the past couple of weeks, if they were able to keep it up against a team like PSG with the quality of PSG. And I have to say, I am very impressed. And if we are to face Real Madrid at the Clásico, at their current level, and us playing the way we're playing, we are in big trouble. And not only losing in the way of trouble, but that we could receive a massive battering by Real Madrid. But without further ado, let's go ahead with lineups and then we'll go ahead and talk about the game. Real Madrid opted to go with Courtois in net, Dani Carvajal, Varane, Ramos and Marcelo, a midfield trio of Casemiro, Toni Kroos and Fede Valverde, Isco as the number 10, and then Benzema and Eden Hazard up top. PSG opted to go with Keylor Navas in net, Juan Bernat at left back, Kimpembe, Thiago Silva and Meunier completing the back, Marquinhos, Idrissa Gueye and Marco Verratti in midfield, and up top they started with Angel Di Maria, Mauro Icardi and Kylian Mbappe. And to start talking about the game, I have to say that it was pretty balanced for the first 10 minutes of the game. Madrid and PSG were pretty much, you know, measuring each other, seeing how each other in terms of quality were. Probably they didn't want to go too far forward, either of them. But then after the 10 minutes pass and about the 30 and 35th minute, for a period of about 20 to 25 minutes, Real Madrid absolutely were dominating the game. It was a complete disaster. It was a complete disaster from PSG. And it's not like they were playing horrible, it's just that Madrid were on a level that was completely superior than everyone else. I think that's something that really hurt PSG in this game, was that I felt Di Maria and Mauro Icardi just were not, you know, they were not helping in defense, and Kylian Mbappe was doing what he could, but he's not a prowess in that sense. And when you're defending, that's the same thing I say with Barcelona every time, where you're defending with like 7 and the other 3 are just hang up there up top, not contributing defensively, then you do have a, you know, disparity in that sense. I thought Eden Hazard today was absolutely great. Valverde more of the same. Benzema continuing his great pitch of form. I'll talk more about the Real Madrid players later. Marquinhos in midfield, he's been playing well sometimes, but today I thought that he was not to scrap. I think the big difference between this game and the 3-0 that PSG gave Real Madrid, you could notice it in the performance of Idrissa Gueye. Idrissa Gueye was winning pretty much every ball in the last game, and this game he was losing pretty much every ball. I think that Valverde added a lot of energy and a lot of balance to that midfield, much needed. I think that it was obvious to everyone that Kroos and Modric are just should not be playing them in a 3, because that adds too much pressure to Casemiro. Kroos has been playing well, but if you add him to Modric, you lose a lot of legs. And Valverde, that's what he added you. He added you intensity, he added you pressure, and it was really good to see. The overall PSG were fine, but like you said, Real Madrid were just better. This Real Madrid team is a team that we have to be wary of them. I believe this team, we're encouraging them. And this is the thing that annoys me. That we're going to play El Clásico, Real Madrid are going to batter us to bits, and then they're going to be believing. Because the thing is that if we were a decent Barcelona, like let's not even be a good Barcelona. If we were a decent Barcelona team, we would be with like 5 or 6 points already ahead of Real Madrid in this league. But we're basically telling them with our weaknesses, with us playing so badly. Hey, Madrid, come here. This is yours. This La Liga is yours. Because we're not competing in all fronts. We are encouraging them to, be comfortable, knowing that we are not gonna add pressure to them, because we are just as mediocre as they are, and that we can wait until they get to their best. And now they're getting to their best, and we don't seem to be getting to our best. And it's not because Zidane did magic; it's because he did something that was it was common sense. Trust in Hazard, get your best Hazard, who, by the way, seems to have an injury. I've heard multiple reports at this time, but I could not say anything for certain. I think that some people say that he could have a short injury of maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Other people say that he could be long gone for up to 3 months. It's gonna be probably more studies are gonna be done tomorrow, and we'll see that more in depth. Karim Benzema was absolutely superb. He played, and not only the goals, like he's added goals to his game, but overall you can see Benzema, he's believing it. He's believing that he's the star of the team, and to be honest, he is the star of the team. Like Cristiano Ronaldo left, and I'm not saying Benzema is Cristiano Ronaldo, but he's doing his thing. And you honestly, when people say how are you gonna replace a 50 goal output, it's not replacing 50 goals. You don't need your striker to do 50 goals a season to be half a good season. Because the disparity between 30 and 50 goals a season for a striker is those games where they already are winning for like 2 or 3-0, and then the other team shuts down and they go into third or fourth gear and keep scoring goals and goals and goals. But having a team that's well balanced like this Real Madrid team that we've seen, Isco has been a lot better. Still think that if they can get the best out of Rodrigo Goes, that is going to be more helpful at the end of the day. But this is a formation that Zidane, remember that this formation is the one that won them the double, that won La Liga, with Isco playing behind Cristiano Ronaldo and Benzema. And if they can get the best Hazard, because Hazard today was spectacular. This was the Hazard that I think everyone was waiting to see. This is the Hazard that, in my opinion, if he's able to be on his best form, if every player is on his best form at the moment in world football, I think Eden Hazard, it's the best player in the world, only behind Lionel Messi. I think Messi is the best above everyone else, but then at his best level, I think Hazard is better than Suarez, than Cristiano, than Neymar, than Mbappe. But having the best Hazard is not something that you see all the time, and that's something that he needs to add to his game. Consistency, be fit, be match fit, be physically fit, be concentrated, be positioning himself mentally. And I think that if he can do that, and if he doesn't have a long injury, he'll come back and he'll help Real Madrid definitely have a really good season. Toni Kroos was doing fairly well this season. I thought that he was disastrous last season. I honestly think that he's an overrated midfielder, but this season I have to admit he's been playing very well. Casemiro being the most underrated player at Real Madrid, because he's probably just as important as Sergio Ramos, as Cristiano Ronaldo in those Champions League wins. Yet he didn't get the recognition, but he's been popping up with important goals, and especially his contribution in midfield has been very crucial. Fede Valverde, the young energy in midfield, you can notice it. I think that, I'm not saying that you add Enrique Puig to the midfield is going to add you that, but he will add you, that electricity that you need, that just vividly energy that you need in midfield. And I think adding that Enrique Puig to the Barcelona midfield would also help. Carvajal and Marcelo today was more like the best Marcelo, was getting close to that best Marcelo version that everybody definitely needs. I thought Mendy was playing very well, but when Marcelo is at his best, he's, if not the best, one of the best left backs in the world. Carvajal again played a really good game. If he continues with this kind of performances that he's been having the past couple weeks, he'll take back that spot in the Spain national team as a starting right back. Varane and Ramos, they were fine. Ramos did get a pretty big mistake against Real Sociedad in the weekend, but today was fine. Varane, other than the mistake of concentration with Courtois, was okay. And by the way, I don't know if there's any Real Madrid fans here, let me know, but who do you think is better? Because I think I don't know about you, but all I've heard about my friends who are Real Madrid fans say that they would have rather had Keylor Navas. And honestly, Keylor Navas, I thought that he wasn't the best goalkeeper in the world, but he proved me wrong, because I think that he was actually another piece that was very crucial. That I don't know why you were looking to replace something that wasn't broken. It's like, don't try to fix something that's not broken, you know? Like, you have already a position that I think the fans like him, the dressing room really likes him, and I think Zidane really liked Keylor Navas, but when you had to bring Courtois, certain things had to happen, and, you know, there's things in there. For PSG, I thought that Neymar kind of broke the game for them, and it's not, I'm not butchering on Neymar just because Neymar. I just think that if you were going to bring in Neymar, I would have brought him instead of Icardi, because, you know, if you're not getting the ball to Icardi, he's just a poacher, and if you're not getting the ball to the poacher, then he's doing nothing. So I would have brought in, if you were going to bring in Neymar, bring him instead of Icardi. Don't take out Idrissa Gueye. You're taking out your best, like, you know, you're the player with the most energy in midfield. If you were already losing in midfield before, taking them out one midfielder and bringing in Neymar completely destroyed the game in the second half for PSG. I thought that, and, you know, Tuchel realized that, and he changed the game by taking out Di Maria and Icardi, who were pretty poor, I have to say, and bringing in Draxler and Pablo Sarabia, who we all know what Sarabia and Draxler can give you. Draxler, for me, another fantastic player that I absolutely love. Mbappe, yes, he scored a goal. Wasn't his best game, but he did have some shining performances because he's Kylian Mbappe. And overall, pretty decent game, have to say. Now, talking about the problems of finishing second, and for me, why Barca need to beat Borussia Dortmund if they're gonna go through, please go through at first, because I don't want to be facing one of these top elite teams in the round of 16. Because look at what Real Madrid have potentially to face and what they can face, because they're gonna finish second regardless of what happens in the last match day. They're gonna face Bayern Munich, who are going to be guaranteed top of the group, Manchester City, who are guaranteed top of the group, Juventus, who are guaranteed top of the group. If Liverpool beat Napoli tomorrow, they'll be top of the group. They could face, you know, it depends. If Borussia Dortmund or Inter finish first, they could face one of those. They could face, you know, the logic Leipzig or Lyon, who, if you know what's been happening with Madrid this past couple years with the draws, they're probably going to get that as their draw, because they normally get the easiest draw. Or we can see what's going to happen between the Ajax-Chelsea group. You know, very tough draws, and Barcelona are still, like, you know, they're in risk of finishing second, they're in risk of not going through at all, but they're in risk of not finishing second, and I think that that's a problem, because I think right now in the round of 16, us facing a Liverpool, a Juventus, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, PSG is just really dangerous. I don't want to go ahead with that. I think that's a really bad idea. We're just not prepared to face those kind of teams right now, and on February I don't think we're going to be able to you know, just challenge for the trophy. Anyways, leave me your opinions on the game. What were your opinions about the performance of Real Madrid? Do you think that El Clasico, what do you think is going to be the result for El Clasico? And anyways, regardless of anything, leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you the next one. Blaugranas.